So this is one of the most important principle. Always think of it. What is the second point? Or I would say, and you learn from our own experiences, one. So how do we learn from our own experiences? At least for 10-15 minutes we contemplate.
A little bit louder? I don't know.
Yes, now is it louder?
I think so. Yeah, it seems to me.
Yeah. So what happens that first we learn from our own experiences. Every day we get mind moves in different directions, and what we learn from our own experiences, how the mind works, how the mind behaves, how the mind expresses differently in different situations. So that is the first point. Second point comes, we have to take the word lightly. Just take the word lightly. So when you take the word lightly means what? First. And second, who can take the word lightly? That is the second point. So who as a person, I have to change my behavior, my attitude, my responses to the world outside. See that. First, so what happens? Pay attention, and this will take you to a very higher level. Indulgence. All animal mind have a tremendous indulgence with the sex, with the security, with the food and the sleep.
A little bit louder. Yeah, it's not.
Can you change your? Can you raise your volume?
I did the highest possible.
Oh, you did the highest possible, and I also did the highest possible. Let me check it again. Yeah, it is echo highest consolation. Okay, let me use the Bluetooth speaker. So, hello, do you hear me?
Yeah, but it didn't change.
The voice has changed, it has become high?
No, it's not. It doesn't change it.
No?
No?
Oh, let me see it.
There is no other way.
It happens sometime. Because sometimes it happens because of the internet connections. Do you?
No.
No?
My speaker is the highest possible.
Maybe because of the volume and the volume sound configuration. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Oh.
Hello? Hello?
No, I don't hear anything. Nothing.
You don't hear anything.
Nothing. No. No, I don't.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, now I hear you now.
That's...
I didn't hear you.
Now you hear me?
Yeah.
That's really good. So, the volume is okay. Maybe some configuration at your end.
Okay.
So, is it okay to now you hear me clearly?
Yes, but it's not higher.
It's not higher.
Higher, no.
Okay, let me check it again. And yeah, here it is. Everything is okay.
Okay.
And default speaker, yes. So here it is. Okay. So I will speak little louder.
Yeah, okay.
Now is it okay?
It's fine, yeah, better.
So two things. When Master speaks that take the world lightly, so there are two elements. What is this world? Who takes the world lightly? And how to relate the world in day-to-day life with us. So the first part, are you listening?
Yes.
So the first part is, who is the seeker? Who is the person who takes lightly? So we started our discussion understanding that the first person is guided by indulgence. The guy who has a tremendous indulgence, now as a human being, where lies the indulgence? Oh, my son, my daughter, why you married, why you divorced? You see that?
Yeah.
Why you are not earning more, why you are earning more, why you are wasting your money? Why don't you listen to me? You see that all these thought comes where we have a tremendous indulgence. So when we live with that indulgence, we always suffer. Because nobody listens to us. Now the second level comes. You see that the value, the importance of religion comes now. What the religion does do? Indulgence with morality. So religion teaches us what is right and wrong with a strong belief. No, don't hurt anybody. Married only once. Nobody listens to it. But anyhow, don't divorce. You see that? What is right and wrong? Earn legally, spend wisely. So all these, what is right and wrong, taught to us by the religion, by the morality, by the cult, by the dogma, by the belief. But we do not think. Because we do not think, so what happens? We discard the religious belief. So now the third level comes. Now the mind starts thinking. It's very important to live in the world. These are the principles that helps a lot. Now the third level comes, and what happens? I look at people, things, society, politics, religion, and my mind starts blaming and reacting to all these things. Why it is blaming and reacting? Because I have started thinking. But is this thinking right? The Master says no. Stop wasting your wisdom or intellect in criticizing and blaming others, in reacting to the others. So then comes the fourth level. Fourth level says self-awareness. Are you aware of yourself? Are you aware of your indulgence? Drop it. Are you aware of the right and wrong? Follow the right. Are you aware of you're constantly blaming and complaining others, and you're wasting your time, you get into the stress and you are suffering? Stop it. So that leads us to self-awareness. Then now internally, this is what we need. We have to think. We have to contemplate. So the moment you start thinking and contemplating, then comes the fourth level. Now the mind is clear. What the mind says, let me know who am I. Let me discover peace within. Let me find out the love within. And let me live in that love, awareness, peace and happiness all the time. So then comes the first principle. When I become a seeker, the fourth level is to become a seeker. As long as I don't become a seeker, nothing happens. Nothing happens. Then what happens? For example, take an example of a Jack and Wanda. Their intellect has decided to live separately. Why? Each one is blaming each other.
No. No.
They have not started thinking, oh, let me think, I have lived with this guy, I have lived with this lady for so many years, I have 2 kids. Can I see other options? So I choose the option that is destructive, that is painful.
No.
And that helps me to suffer. See that point. So if I don't become a seeker, I don't follow this tradition. It is not that the tradition and the principles are right and wrong. I don't follow it. I don't follow the wisdom inside. I don't start thinking rightly. Come on, Vanda, what are your habits? Let me accept all your habits and attitude. So I always tell out of the couple that who is more intelligent, husband or wife? So if the husband says you are more intelligent, then follow this right approach. First, forget about divorce. Ask your wife, spouse, what exactly you need. Find out what you can offer and offer it. It's not about the money, it's not about the mental and the emotional personality that I'm going to offer to the others. And why it does not happen? Because of indulgence, because of right and wrong, because of blaming and criticizing, because of lack of self-awareness. You see that end? How easy it is to understand. So when I become a seeker, no problem. So what happens when I become a seeker? I leave and the way and is. Example. I respect her, I love her, I see that, okay, this is your personality, this is your attitude, let me accept it fully. So I stop criticism, I stop blaming. And now from that state of the mind, I have a relationship. No problem. This is an example. This is an example. You are a wonderful person. This is but just an example. So that attitude we cannot develop because of the indulgence, because the mind is constantly thinking of right and wrong, because the mind is always criticizing, and it has reached to a climax where we say, leave apart. Let me live separately. How can you live separately? Vanda is still living in the same world, Jack is still living in the same world. Come on. How you are living separately? Is there any qualitative change? There is no qualitative change. You see that? There is no qualitative change at all. You'll end up paying more, you'll end up spending more, you'll end up more in conflict. See that once our mind understands that, how it can understand? I have to contemplate, I have to reflect, I have to think. I have to take over the mind. I have to sit over the mind. Instead, the mind is sitting over me. So that quality of the mind comes through the mindfulness or meditation. So it does not mean that I stop contemplating and reflecting the way I live, move and act in the world, and now let me take a pill of mindfulness and everything will happen. Nothing will happen. After the mindfulness, what the mindfulness or meditation does, it helps your mind to go within, it helps you to raise your awareness, and it hits your wisdom. That wisdom is the same in every being. What is that wisdom? Kindness, love, peace, happiness. They are the common elements. Just think and they are the common elements in every human being. Kindness, happiness, love, wisdom, truth, beauty, they are the common elements. Where we go to the opposite elements. You are right, I am wrong. I am right, you are wrong. You made me. You are pissing me off, you are criticizing, you are reacting, I don't like your habit. Come on. Do you like your habits? Accept it. Change it. We don't do that. So, two parts. First, regular practice of meditation, and the second part is I have to contemplate. I have to see that how the state of the mindfulness of peace is expressed outside. When the happiness is expressed outside, see, very important point I'm making. One, oh, let me talk to them and then I'll be happy. The other point, let me express peace and happiness. The moment Anne is there, what happens? The life changes. So when I express that peace and happiness in my day-to-day activities, in all the thought, speech and action, the mind has transformed. It has evolved. And that is how I start living in meditative state 24/7. Then what happens? I have stopped criticizing. I have stopped reacting. So when I stopped reacting and criticizing, the people around me realizes that. It takes time. Realizes that. Oh, this guy is accepting me totally, and the life changes. This is what we don't learn. And then once we express happiness in every thought, speech and action to the people in relationship, I have started taking the world lightly. Why? I am happy and expressing happiness. So even if the other person is not expressing the happiness, I'm okay. I'm still happy.
Yeah.
That is what these masters have been teaching for thousands of years. That is what it is. But what happens, that 10 minutes of mindfulness will help me. No, that does not help me, because 10 minutes of mindfulness will help me to go into the peace, and the moment I return to the world, I start taking the world seriously. So, in order that the mind should not take the world seriously, I have to work on the mind. I have to change that attitude. I have to change that thinking and speaking and my action. My thought and speech and action should be full of peace and happiness, love and the wisdom, and then see what happens. The life changes. That is the real understanding of you have to take the word lightly. From that mind that is highly evolved, you are sitting over the mind. That's how you can play your role very well. With any relationship, with the possessions, with the thing, and life changes. So let us do a smaller version of the practice. Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Close spot.
Yeah. Close your eyes completely and sit or lie down, whatever is more comfortable to you. Whatever is more comfortable to you. So check that we have started taking over the mind. How we take over the mind? See that. Pay attention. When we take over the mind, we can take the world lightly. So first you close your eyes, and the mind is aware, it closes the eyes. Mind says, no, I'm not going to close my eyes. Then we have a reaction. And I have seen in many people in the groups especially. But it's not for you, I'm just explaining. So eyes are closed gently. And let the mind look at the neck joint, feel comfortable. And when you feel comfortable, who feels the comfortable? The mind has an experience of being comfortable. So mind gets the knowledge that I can be comfortable in any situation, at any given point of time. But if the mind is not aware at the fifth level, we are not at the fifth level of our evolution, then what happens? The mind habitually reacts to the body and the things, and then what happens? Oh, mindfulness is not for me, meditation is not for me. No. Pay attention. Look at the shoulder joints and feel the sensation being comfortable. Hip joint, feel the sensation and being comfortable. You see, being comfortable is an experience. Experience happens in the mind. Knowledge, the mind gets, oh, it's so easy to be comfortable. Finished. So the entire body is comfortable. Entire body is comfortable. What is comfortable? It's a sensation. What is sensation? That you experience in the field of awareness. What is that in the field of awareness? It is the knowledge. What is that knowledge you get in the mind? That there is nothing to be done to be comfortable. You see, I'm going very deeper and deeper every time. So once we are very clear, who is clear? The mind. I have taken over the mind. It doesn't take anything to be comfortable. That is the point, most important point. Then, that's why I use. Second point I use being carefree. Carefree? Oh, many things are always happening in the world outside. The world is in flux. It is constantly changing. The body, the breath, the mind, the intellect, the habits, our attitude, all belongs to the world. So let it happen. Let me become a witness. Thoughts are coming, good. Thought says, no, I'm feeling pain. Thank you. You see that? That level of being carefree and being aware returns to the mind. And then what is happening silently? We are taking over the mind. We are sitting over the mind. That is the key. And then the third point comes just in a flash for a few seconds. Do I experience casual naturalness? Oh yes, even for a few seconds when I do nothing. That is enough. All the secondary practices of breathing and the mantra and lot of other practices that we have done, it is all, they are secondary practices. We follow. So what is that? Look at the head and the neck. You see that? I've been repeating the same steps so that your mind realizes with a deeper insight. So look at the head and the neck. Be there. Experience. What do we experience? Sensation is there. There is another way. Relaxation. The mind. And the stillness. Look at the right arm. Now is the mind 100% on the right arm. That is the point. Right? Relaxation, sensation in the stillness. Look at the left arm. First, simply become aware. Don't you see that we are taking the world lightly, so we start taking the body lightly. Body lightly in a sense, we are getting rid of the old habits. Look at the left arm, be there and experience sensation, relaxation and stillness. How simple it is. Look at the chest and the belly. The mind is totally absorbed in the chest and the belly. That is the real meaning of looking at the chest and the belly. The moment it looks 100%, we start experiencing some sensation in the tingling. We enjoy that. Then we experience the sense of relaxation. Then we experience stillness. Look at the right leg. Be there. Just be there. Sensation, relaxation and stillness. The entire left leg, sensation, relaxation and stillness. The entire body. Now just allow the mind to think for a while where the mind should go inside. Think again when it goes inside. Is there a world inside? No. So what do I experience? A blankness, a space. So simple. Okay. So the moment we want to keep that state, so what should we do? We are understanding every point. You are looking at the breath. When you are looking at the breath, you are bypassing the people, the place, and everything. See that? So you're looking at the breath. We intensively engage the mind on the breath. Why? Once the mind is very clear about it, then what happens? We take over the mind. Why we are keeping the mind on the breath? That is going in and out in order to bypass the world outside, because the mind is deeply engaged, indulged in the world outside. So what we say, okay, you're looking at the breath, mind, so you should not become habitual. Therefore, the moment the breath goes in, drop Shantoham and experience the space. The moment the breath returns, say Shantoham, I'm the peace, looking into the space. You see that? You're doing everything simultaneously. You're looking at the breath going in, saying Shantoham, and mind looks into the space. Why? When the mind looks into the space, it becomes the space. And when it becomes the space, then what is left from the world? Nothing. When nothing is left into the world, our mind merges into the higher consciousness. Once the mind is clear why we are doing it, how we are doing it, the life changes. That is the key. And that we miss in our Now I'm using an example. We take the car from the driveway and you start driving to my home. Driving remains the same, but my experience changes. I have covered 1 mile, then the 2 mile, the 3 mile. My experiences of driving is constantly changing when I'm driving on a highway or a street. Driving constantly, looking at the breath going in and out, this is first part of the driving. Second part, Shantoham. Third part, looking immersed into the space. The destination is clear. The mind chatters, doesn't affect me. The mind explores peace, I'm with it. Mind enjoys that state of the happiness, I'm with it. Look at it. How easy, how simple, how reveling it is. So now I have reached home. Just say that, do nothing. That is what I say. We are learning a very deeper, subtler layers of these steps and practices. So when I say do nothing, you're doing nothing. The mind is not going anywhere. It is absorbed into the space. It bypasses the body, the breath, the mind itself. We experience the joy inside. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind to the right hand, to your left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down.
Hey, I'm back.